My husband's been wanting an iPad for years, or by years I mean his whole life, so we bought another iPad. Of course, with the educator discount and credit card points and all of that, it was only right that we landed on one of the newer iPads. I've been telling him to buy his own for years. I'm like, just go buy one. What do you want to use it for? Tell me. I will help you pick out which one will best fit your needs, and we can take it from there. But he has refused that and felt that I should upgrade mine instead. So basically what you're looking at is my new iPad and accessories, and I'm going to give him my old iPad, which I'm gonna be hard pressed to let it go. So we'll see if I'm enjoying this as much as I hope to, but either way, it doesn't really matter. I'm not hell-bent either way. I can use this one, I can use my old one. I don't really care. But for now, we're gonna see what life is like for me using this one. And annoyingly, with these new iPad Pros and iPad Airs, one has to upgrade their pencil to a Pencil Pro because none of the other iPads are now compatible with these new versions, and also had to get another Magic Keyboard. I'm not really sure if the old Magic Keyboards are compatible with the new iPad Pros and the iPad Airs, but because we decided to go with an 11-inch because it's cheaper, we definitely had to get a new Magic Keyboard. So this is an 11-inch Magic Keyboard. Oh, by the way, I didn't share any of this. This is the 11-inch Apple iPad Pro, the latest one, the one that just came out like a week ago. And this says Pro, by the way, if you can't see that. It says P-R-O. But yeah, you had to get a new pencil, and we, since we have an 11-inch, had to get a new Magic Keyboard. And we both intend to use the iPads the same way, so definitely a Magic Keyboard was a must. And of course, I couldn't live without a pencil. So iPad Pro 11-inch M4 with Wi-Fi, 512 gigabytes. So this is a comparison of the iPad Pro 12.9 inch. This is, I think, like a 4th generation or something. I don't know. This is the one that I've been using for years. It's the one that came out in 2021. I'm not here to share any real tech information with you guys about any of this because I really don't know. But from what I've gathered, this, well, obviously is an 11-inch, so it is much smaller than the 12.9 inch. And it's also very, very thin. It's way thinner than the 12.9 inch, or just its predecessor. This does have a matte screen protector on it, and I did order one for this, so we will see how it's looking whenever it gets here. But for now, yeah, these are the two iPads. This is definitely way lighter. I can see that. I've noticed, you know, obviously that's how it's advertised, that this is way lighter, but it definitely is. It's way lighter than this. It's crazy. But I don't really carry my iPad around like this anyway. It's normally always attached to the Magic Keyboard, so that's interesting. I'm told that there are no Apple stickers any longer, which is fine by me because I don't care anyway. You do have like a getting started guide, and then, ooh, I think I knew this. Did I know this? I think I knew that this was going to come, but I feel like not all the Apple products as of the last several years have been coming with the block. So I'm excited that we do get another block and another cord, and this is one of the newer ones to me. This is a braided cord, unlike all the other cords that I have. They're just regular smegular cords, so that's exciting. And before we really dive into that and power her up, let's go ahead and unbox our Apple Pencil Pro. Same thing, comes with like getting started stuff and the pencil itself. I did not get any customizations because I'm not that kind of girl. I don't care that much. So here is my new Apple Pencil, or our new Apple Pencil. This is gonna be somebody's new Apple Pencil. And then lastly, we have the Magic Keyboard. So let's get her unboxed. This is interesting. This is very interesting to me because it's so small, like so much smaller than my other one. So this is interesting. I don't have a laptop, so I have to rely on my iPad, which is why I have to have a keyboard. And I use this for planning, taking notes at work, not at work, all the things. I just backed up my other iPad, so I'm going to bring all my information over here. That's the plan anyway. is to just back up or get it started using my latest backup, which just took place today. I also have a case coming. I have a screen protector and a clear case coming in the event that I did want it to spend some time outside of the Magic Keyboard. All right, let's get this show on the road. English, United States. We might be all day getting set up here, but we will see. So while that's happening, I thought I would share an update of how I have been using this. So of course I use it with a Magic Keyboard and an Apple Pencil. I use this as a laptop replacement because I do not have a laptop. So I do notes on here, I do work on here, I do personal stuff on here. I have my digital planner on here. That's my planner. And I do literally, this is life. This is literally a laptop and an iPad all in one. So I no longer carry a laptop and I no longer carry any kind of notebook, planner, any of that, because everything gets done here. And I don't have any paperwork at work either, because everything, if I need something signed or anything like that, I will just do it digitally. Besides this being more lightweight, just naturally because it's an 11-inch, but also the 13-inch new iPad is also far lighter than this version, which is from 2021. So aside from that, I do know that the camera situation has changed. There's no longer an ultra wide camera lens, I'm told, and it's been replaced with something else, but I don't think I've ever taken a photo of any sort using my iPad. I do know that the new Apple Pencil has Find My capabilities, which means that I can connect it to my Find My so that if I ever lose it or misplace it, I'll be able to find it. I have not ever misplaced any of my Apple Pencils, but that's what I'm feeling like. Maybe my husband, he misplaces things. Maybe he should actually take this one so that we can keep up with all of his stuff. There are some new features that have rolled out with this new Apple Pencil, so I'm excited to give those a go. Obviously, I tested out these new iPads in the store. I did that like the day that they hit the stores. I don't know, was that last week or the week before? So I kind of was testing out them to see what they were about because I was at the mall. So I have actually tested out the features, but GoodNotes and some of those other apps that I use had not updated their apps to be compatible with the new features. So I haven't really been able to dive into them. So I'm excited about that. So we will see. With credit card points and educator discount that you get through Apple and everything, it really just kind of made sense to get one of the nicer, newer ones so that we will have iPads that are relatively new. This one's, I guess, a few years old now, but ones that are relatively up to date and that will last us hopefully a long time. Transfer from iPad. Transfer directly so this iPad will be ready with your data when you finish setting up. I've been asking my husband for days, are you sure you're going to use this iPad again? He's been talking about an iPad for several years, and it's only probably this year since he's been really talking about it, and I've been encouraging him to buy one. But one thing about us, we are relatively cheap when it comes to buying stuff. We're not stuff people. We don't go around buying stuff. We will take a trip. We will pay for people's food and donate money and time and energy and all that. And that's the kind of stuff that we're into. We're not really into spending money on stuff. So I'm like, are you really going to use this iPad? Because no matter if we were buying the cheapest one they had or what, I still needed him to be sure. Like, are you really going to use this? Because you don't just buy iPads for funsies. You know, these are too expensive to just buy and have them lying around unless you're in a different tax bracket than us, then by all means. But for us, for me and my household, we're not in the correct tax bracket to just be buying stuff just to be buying stuff. So I'm like, are you really going to use this? Because if so, again, no matter if we're buying the $300 and a $400 iPad, a $300 one, you know, like a used one, whatever the case is, if we're really going to be spending money, you definitely got to be committing to using it. That's just my thought. Instead of going and just getting him an iPad, he's like, you go upgrade and give me yours. So here we are. What's funny is I'm not sure that this literally does anything that this doesn't do. It's going to perform better, like there's an M4 chip instead of an M1 chip and all of that, but for the most part there's nothing that I'm going to be doing on this one that I wouldn't do on this one. One cool thing though is that the new front facing camera is centered here. You can see it's not quite actually centered. I think this would be about the center, but it's here. I take all my calls and Zooms and all that on my iPad, of course, because I don't have a laptop. So I use it a lot, and the old one was in a very weird spot. Oh, it was over here to the left, like at the top. And that makes sense until you're taking your calls this way, because you have your iPad positioned in landscape mode, like when it's on the Magic Keyboard, which it always is when I'm taking those calls. So one exciting thing is that it's going to be centered, which is amazing. Restore from this backup. And then once that's finished, I'm going to erase Homeboy's iPad and give it to him, and he'll be excited. He likes new things, but he doesn't like to spend money on anything to get the new things. So it's currently restoring from iCloud, and then once all of this information is transferred over, I'll reset this one. What is funny though is that this screen does look good. Like I said, this iPad is 3 or so years old, so really not that old, and it still looks good. Again, I say unless your product is 5+ years old, there's definitely no reason to be running out and upgrading. That's just my personal opinion, and that's just how I get down when it comes to all my products. I'm an Apple fan, but yeah, I'm not going and upgrading every year. That is wild to me. Not in the right tax bracket, though I would if I were rich, I guess. One exciting thing about the Magic Keyboards is that there is now a function row at the top. So before there was no function row, and honestly I haven't really missed it, but I can see how this could be useful, but really I have not paid attention to it that much. And of course, this is the 13-inch one, so the keyboard is much bigger and the keys are larger, and this is more so like the full-size keyboard that comes with most of the iMacs and the MacBooks and all that, and this has a protector on it, which I guess I might take that off too. Maybe if I take this off, because it's kind of crusty and has all my finger gunk and whatever on it, because that's what I've been using over all these years, and I wipe this down. This might give my husband the brand new vibe. He won't care either way though, but he did say he was going to be basically using this as an all for how I use mine, like using it for everything. I do believe that the trackpad is different now too. Instead of there being like a button, yeah, there's no button, there's just haptic feedback, which is what's inside of the Apple Pencil Pro, but there is a click over here. So instead of there being an actual physical click, there will be a click once I get the iPad and the keyboard paired up and I'm using it. But from what I've gathered, it's just going to be like haptic feedback in a way. And I'm told the angle's a little bit different too. Let's see. That one goes back about there, and I guess this one does go back further. Or maybe it just does because it's bigger. I don't know, but the angle is definitely different. I definitely need to wipe down this Magic Keyboard before passing off this Magic Keyboard, because it's kind of gross. I mean, I'd be offended if somebody gave me that crusty keyboard. I'm just kidding. Oh, look what we have. We have my information coming over, because looky, it's the exact same, except this one is more vibrant and all that, but it is essentially the exact same. So these are all the things new with the Apple Pencil. You can do scribble, which you could do that anyway. Now, if you lightly squeeze it, the Apple Pencil Pro will access the tools that you need. You can switch tools with a gesture and easily capture screenshots. Also something else that you could have done before the new Apple Pencil Pro. Let's try squeeze. Ooh, I'm squeezing it. I feel that happen. Ooh, yep. So if you squeeze it, then your toolbar will come up. And now, oh, I forgot. This is a feature with, I think, in the newer iPads, not necessarily the newer pencils, the hover feature. So you can just lightly hover over the selection before you actually make it. So that's what's happening now. It's registering that I'm just hovering over it, and then you can just click it. So if I squeeze here, then that comes up, and let's just select that. And the thickness, let's change the color. No, let's leave it at black. And then, oh, fun. Also, the point feature, I don't know what it's actually called, but it shows you a preview of the tip, or, you know, the tool that you're using. So let's click the squeeze feature, and then we're gonna go and set this to like a thinner tip. And now look, when I hover, oops, you see? Allegedly, that's going to be really helpful for artists. I am not one, so probably not going to be helpful for me. I feel like we've gone over most of the major features. There are obviously some others that I've left out, but those are the ones that are, I feel like, the coolest ones and the most relevant ones. So yeah, we are all good to go with my new iPad. And it's wild that this is ready to go. For whatever reason, this is just trippy to me that this is ready to go and looks exactly like my other iPad did, or still does, because it's not erased just yet. So this is crazy, but this is my new Apple iPad Pro. So that's gonna be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a like, subscribe if you're new, and if you're liking what you're seeing. Of course, I love to talk all things iPad and planning and organization, which I do on my iPad. and I talk about those things each and every month, and I'm using my iPad and whatever on camera and stuff each and every month. So definitely come back for more iPad content, not just new iPad content, but just iPad content in general. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new one.